Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the second episode of Fanfiction Friday. I'm Kenneth Ryan.
And I'm Lindsay Resop.
And we are reading Not So Innocent by Ezzy Dean. And today we're going to be reading Chapter 2 and maybe Chapter 3, depending upon how far we get. So let's do this.
Just jump right in.
Let's jump right in.
Souske finishes off the bottle of water Makoto had brought him and flops back onto the bed. A laugh slips past his lips as Makoto immediately curls up against him and shifts them until he can spoon Souske. It's warm and relaxing, and he smiles as Makoto presses a gentle kiss to his shoulder. He shifts back a little and then pulls away. "You're still fully dressed," he states.
Oh my god. How much time has passed?
I don't know.
How much time has passed?
Like,
Are they literally...
it's like right after.
Are they literally just going at it again?
Yeah, round 2.
I
don't know if they actually... Do they?
I don't know. It doesn't say a time, so... I am, Makoto replies, and Souske rolls over to face him.
Why?
Because I was kind of busy. Did you already forget? Makoto's hand runs down Sousuke's side and he shivers.
Oh, believe me, it'll be a while before I forget that. He smiles and gestures towards Makoto's groin. But aren't you a little, uncomfortable?
Oh my god. This is like the third fanfiction.
Makoto glances downward.
This is literally like the third fanfiction where they describe it as like, aren't you uncomfortable? I had to take off my pants because they were starting to feel uncomfortable. Like, this is not sexy.
It's not necessarily supposed to be sexy at this point.
Whatever. Makoto glances downwards. Oh, don't worry. I still intend to... Oh my god.
One sec.
I still intend to fuck you into the mattress until you can barely remember your own name. Souske sucks in a sharp breath at the casual way Makoto says it. There's a flush in his cheeks, but he doesn't seem embarrassed by his words.
I need to get red. You surprised the hell out of me, Makoto. Oh, you're supposed to be flushing. Souske scoots into Makoto's face and... No, you're supposed to be flushing.
Oh.
And noses at his cheek before pressing a kiss to his lips.
Hello.
He presses open-mouthed kisses to Makoto's neck and jaw, lapping at the edge of his collarbone peeking out from his shirt. And you're wearing too much clothing. He yanks Makoto's shirt over his head and nips and licks his way down the broad chest, filing away the couple spots he hits that earns him a groan, and kisses his way across his stomach. His fingers easily undo Makoto's jeans, and he tugs them down to Makoto's thighs. A shiver passes down his spine as he gives Makoto an appreciative once-over. Should I continue?
I don't care.
Makoto wants to fuck him into the mattress, and honestly, Souske isn't seeing any reason why he'll have a problem with that. Heat is already pooling in his stomach again at the thought of Makoto pressed into him. Makoto pulls his jeans the rest of the way off and kicks them down, and it's only then that Souske registers that Makoto hadn't been wearing any underwear, which just sends another jolt of heat through him.
Wait. Isn't that Ray's thing?
I don't...
Like, canonly, isn't Ray the one who goes under... Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever, continue.
Haru wears swimsuits, Rin wears swimsuits. I don't know what Makoto wears.
Makoto wears regular underwear. Nagisa has penguin underwear. Whatever, continue.
Which just sends another jolt of heat through him as he starts imagining pressing Makoto into corners and dipping his fingers into his jeans to find him going commando and growing hard in Sousuke's hand. Jesus, fuck Makoto.
God.
He drags Makoto into another kiss and tugs at his lower lip.
Souske, everybody.
Has anyone ever told you how hot you are?
He's a linguist.
An almost embarrassed laugh puffs past his cheeks.
Linguist.
I'm serious, because you are. You can.
Yeah, where am I picking up?
Big one.
He tugs on Makoto's lip again and gets a nip on his own in return before Makoto sweeps his tongue across his lips and slides into Sousuke's mouth. It's just as hot and intense as every other one what? It's just as hot and intense as every other one, and he's glad they're already on the bed
every other kiss, pretty much. Whatever.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. And he's glad they're already on the bed because he's not sure he can even remember how to do much of anything other than kiss Makoto back and let his hands wander. He skirts his fingers... Oh my god, I thought it said his skirt. I was like, what the fuck? He skirts his fingers down Makoto's arms, tangles them in his hair, scratches them down his chest and across his thighs. Makoto returns the favor and kneads his fingers into the flesh of Sousuke's ass. One finger teases down his crack. Oh my god. Before Makoto brings his hands up to rest on Sousuke's hips. who's saying this.
You.
You're okay with me topping?
I definitely do not have a problem with you, fucking me into the mattress, as you so delicately put it.
These guys are linguists.
Souske teases just to see the slight flush touch Makoto's cheeks and to see the flare of challenge in his eyes. But thanks for checking.
Thanks for checking.
Yeah. Consent.
Yes. Okay, hey, this fanfiction brings up a good thing. Consent is not... It's required. Don't you dare do anything. If you do sex without consent, that's rape. That's a crime. Fuck you. We hate you. I hate you. I'm not going to speak for you.
Sure.
We hate you. Okay, whatever.
Unless, yeah.
It's
not, there's no unless. But.
There is no unless. It's like you rape someone, you're a dick. Okay, of course. Makoto smiles, and he pushes Souske away so he's facing away from Makoto, laying on his good shoulder, Souske notes, and then pulls himself against him. Souske can already feel Makoto half hard against his ass. Shouldn't he... Well, I thought they already said he was hard. Like, hard.
No.
Okay, whatever.
Souske asked if his pants were uncomfortable.
Just knowing that Makoto will be in him before too much longer stirs the heat in his stomach, and he wiggles his ass against Makoto. That makes me think of like a caterpillar.
What?
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Okay. Souske, Makoto growls as his fingers clench against Sousuke's hip. Be careful, or I won't be able to control myself.
Good.
What?
Good. I don't want you to baby me. If you're gonna fuck me, then fuck me. Makoto shifts, and Souske smiles as he notes Makoto is almost completely hard now. With only a few words, too. Interesting. Makoto rubs himself against Souske a few times, hands ghosting across his chest and along his arms, and then gives him a sharp bite on the back of the neck.
What does hands ghosting mean? Is that like...
Just like, where it's like almost touching.
Oh, so...
So it's like, just gently.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. Especially, they have really good descriptions.
They do. Sometimes.
It might be a girl, so they might not know about.
My cock was pushing against my zipper. It was uncomfortable. Thank you.
Yeah, it's not that bad, though.
Okay, continue.
That gives him a sharp bite on the back of the neck. He hisses when the teeth clamp down, but doesn't pull away, even when Makoto shifts back enough to slip a hand between them and slide a finger against his hole.
Oh my god. Where am I? Reach into the drawer. Oh, wow. Yeah. Reach in the drawer there and get me a bottle of lube, Makoto orders as he presses a kiss to the spot he had just bitten. His voice hasn't changed much, but the commanding tone to it sends a spark through Souske, and he readily obliges. A damp finger runs between his cheeks as he rolls away to dig in the drawer, and he shivers at the sensation. He's distracted by the motion, finger parting his cheeks to tease at his skin, and doesn't register Makoto moving until he feels the weight settle against his thighs, and he tenses.
What are you... His sentence cuts off with a gasp, so more like, what are you...
Yep. Telemundo.
Yeah, gasped in Spanish. Oh, it turned off.
We're going to hell.
Makoto grabs his cheeks and spreads them again, licking a wet stripe against his hole, getting in the rimming, before nipping gently at Sousuke's cheek. Souske can feel the sheet below him rub against his stomach as Makoto pulls him backwards enough to settle a pillow underneath his hips. What about the... He's cut off again, with a groan this time. Because Makoto flattens his tongue against Sousuke's hole for a moment, before curling it up and probing in gently. Fuck, he breathes out. Makoto is rubbing one hand smoothly down his lower back and kneading his ass cheek with the other. He tosses the bottle back towards Makoto and rests his forehead on his arms. And I'll do this next one too.
Porn with plot, people.
Yeah.
That's
Makoto wastes no time lapping at him and pressing his tongue in, and Souske would feel a little more offended by the obvious care he's taking by starting so slow, with tongue and not fingers, if it wasn't for the fact that Makoto's tongue in him was already causing the heat to pool in his stomach yet again.
They've described that.
And making his cock come to life against the pillow.
They've described the heat in his stomach about 20 times. It's getting old.
It has come up a lot.
It's getting old.
Plus, it had been a while since he had let anyone fuck him, so the slow stretch of Makoto's tongue...
Who fucked him last time? I want these details.
Fairly nice.
Was it Nitori? Was Nitori the top?
That'd be interesting.
That would make me uncomfortable.
We give me that Momo one?
No. Which means the sudden Oh, okay. It said stretch. I read stench. I was like, did he fart?
No. No, he did not.
Did he actually go? And Makoto was gonna be like, dude, my tongue was in there.
Oh my god. No, that is not in this thing. That kink is not in there.
This is what I was hoping the show would be, by the way. Just
us laugh.
Just moments. Okay. Which means the sudden stretch of Makoto's thumb sliding in along his tongue. What? Causes him to suck. Wow, I'm tearing up, so this is getting a little trippy to read. Okay, causes him to suck a breath in with a hiss and press his hips backwards. It barely stings. In fact, it's more of a warm stretch, like working his muscles before a race, and he presses back for more. More contact, more skin, more anything. Makoto obliges in his own way and runs his tongue down from Sousuke's hole to just tease the back of his balls as he slowly works his thumb in and out. Souske groans and pushing himself back. Pushing himself backwards, and is pleasantly surprised when Makoto puts his free hand on his lower back and holds him still against the pillow. Yeah. He never would have imagined that he'd appreciate being with someone strong enough and big enough to actually pin him down in bed, to be able to control his movements, to restrict him with one large hand placed just so. His back feels like it's burning beneath Makoto's hand, and he itches to move, to rut against the pillow like a horny teenager. What the fuck does that mean? To push himself backwards onto Makoto's thumb, because it's just not enough right now. He knows Makoto knows this. It's evident in the way he continues to slowly press his thumb into and stroke inside Souske as he draws back out. Evident in the way he presses down just a little harder on his spine with Sousuke's lower back tenses. Evident in the low rumble of growling approval that rolls from his lips when Souske twists his head enough to meet his eyes. His thumb pulls out, and the next moment a finger pushes in instead, and Souske sighs at the change. He can reach further, stroke longer, and when he pushes the second finger in a moment later, Souske barely even tenses at the addition. Makoto's pace barely quickens, and Souske realizes for the first time that Makoto was not even close to kidding when he suggested that he was content to keep Souske in bed all weekend.
I can take it if you want. He wasn't a blushing, inexperienced virgin by any means, but nothing he had ever done had been much more than a quick round, or a few quick rounds, and some cuddling. He never had someone who was interested in working him up to an edge and back down for almost 45 minutes before finally giving him an epic blowjob. Then turning around and tongue-fucking him for a good 15 minutes before even putting a single fucking thumb in them.
Is this necessary details, the minutes?
Sure.
Okay.
Little almost whimpers, he's not ashamed to admit to them, slip from his lips with each curl of Makoto's long fingers, and he's surprised when Makoto suddenly slips a third finger into him. A groan falls from his lips, and the only thing keeping him from bucking backwards into the touch is Makoto's hand still on his back.
Oh, is it me?
Yep, actual words.
Remember, Souske, Makoto says as he leans forward and kisses the middle of his back, teeth gently scraping at the muscles. Patience.
You. Souske gasped out as Makoto returns to slowly, so fucking slowly, working his fingers into Souske, and your damn patience are going to drive me crazy.
That's the plan, Makoto says with a laugh. Huh. As he spreads his fingers gently, Souske clenches around... Yeah, just, there we go, deal with this now. Clenches around him and whines. There's something thrilling about having someone as big as Souske pinned onto his bed. Makoto notes as he continues to fuck Souske open with his fingers. With nothing more than one hand on his back, a rush of power knowing that someone as strong as Souske is gasping and shuddering and basically content to be at his mercy until he chooses to release him. A heady feeling that goes straight to his already painfully hard cock when Souske shudders again and tries to push backwards. I have to admit, Souske, he states as he finally pulls his fingers out and slips a condom on. Safety first. That's smart. Before slicking himself up, I can't promise to be gentle. I've always wanted someone who I could be a little rough with. Someone strong enough to actually let me go a little overboard.
Rough, huh? Souske teases, even as Makoto slips extra lubricated fingers into him
Oh my god.
a few more times to spread the lube around. Makoto hums in agreement as he guides him onto his back and lines him health up. Lines himself up.
Like,
up. Nug.
Like what?
Nug.
Is that your line?
That stupid noise where it's like, nah.
Is that you?
Yes.
Okay.
Bang the headboard against through the wall rough. Makoto sinks into him slowly, pausing long enough for him to relax slightly before fully seating himself in one quick motion. They both hiss as Makoto leans forward enough to press a kiss to Sousuke's lips. And that's you.
Okay. Rough, back scratching, fingers digging into muscles, leaving bruises with teeth and nails and fingers. Can't talk afterwards because your voice is too hoarse from the screaming as I fuck you rough. Souske shudders as Makoto's voice fills his ears, and he clenches around him almost involuntarily. Oh, this is me? No, it's you.
Has anyone ever told you you have a filthy mouth?
Says him.
Yeah, he does. Makoto draws back just as slowly as he had with his fingers, and Makoto loses track, and Souske loses track of his thoughts at the slow drag, which is just as well because he loses track of breathing when Makoto snaps his hips forward. A few equally slow pulls and maniacally? Mechanically, probably. Sharp thrusts later, Souske manages to grasp his thoughts long enough to tug Makoto's lips back down to his, and after a wet, sloppy kiss, he grins. Do it.
No.
Be rough. Take me. I'm all yours, remember?
So, I want to point out, I have a cross right there. Jesus
okay,
is watching.
That's
what we're going to do.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Because you have a line.
This time, it's Makoto whispering a breathy fuck against Sousuke's lips as he grabs his hips. Souske can't do much but hold on as Makoto pounds into him. His fingers scramble to grab hold of Makoto's arms, his back, his neck, anything he can reach to anchor himself. Fingernails leave searing paths down both of their backs and arms as they shift and push and pull against each other. There's nothing gentle about this Makoto, and when Souske looks into his eyes and sees the absolute lust there, he feels a swell of pride at knowing that not many people have ever gotten to experience this Makoto. Haru probably has, you know what I'm saying? This uninhibited Makoto.
He hasn't had anyone to experiment this
Oh my god,
with.
whatever.
Maybe gentler.
Whatever. This uninhibited... Fuck.
Uninhibited?
Go back.
Oh, just give it a second.
This uninhibited Makoto whispering things in his ear about fucking him so hard he can't walk and how he wants to see Souske riding him. When was that mentioned?
No, he's mentioning it now.
Whatever. This Makoto with muscles straining as he
he also
drags.
said, I want him, you under me, on top of me.
Drags them both along to a slow, dangerous climb towards their orgasms. Makoto gathers Souske into his arms and flips them suddenly, and Souske moans at the way he sinks down onto Makoto. He's so fucking deep in him, Souske can't even focus on keeping himself balanced for a moment. His fingers dig into Makoto's shoulders as he tentatively rolls his hips and then raises them before settling himself down again. He slowly fucks himself on Makoto's cock, getting used to this new position's stretch and burn, and grins down at Makoto. He's sure his cheeks are just as flushed as Makoto's, eyes just as dilated, lips just as red and puffy. He picks up his pace before leaning down and catching a patch of skin just under Makoto's chin with his teeth. Makoto growls at the sensation and digs his fingers into Sousuke's hips. Souske works at his neck, pressing open-mouthed kisses and running his tongue from chin to collarbone and back again, and lets Makoto shift enough to take over. I'm done. Jesus.
Soon Souske has one hand tangled in Makoto's hair, pulling his head back as he sucks and bites at his throat and buries his moans in the skin there.
Nice.
The other is tangled into the sheet next to Makoto's shoulder.
Nice.
Makoto shifts down one final time, and Souske just holds on as Makoto slams up into him. He's pretty sure he's already come again, judging by the slickness in between them, and the almost painful, overstimulated way his cock is rubbing against their stomachs, but he can't remember it happening. Makoto digs his fingers into Sousuke's hips, and Souske bites into his shoulder to muffle his whines and groans and whimpers as it almost becomes too much. Makoto's cock, pounding in and out of him, is almost bordering on painful when his fingers sink in enough to bruise and he comes, burying himself into Souske one final time.
Oh my god.
It's almost over. They both lie there, bodies twitching as they come down and slowly relax. Souske untangles his fingers from Makoto's hair, grimaces as Makoto drops his hands from his hips to pull himself out. Hands. Souske can't suppress the shudder that racks his body as Makoto slips out of him. He curls onto his side, and as Makoto takes care of the condom... That doesn't make sense.
Just read it.
No, and. He's drifting on the edge of sleep when he feels Makoto's weight on the edge of the bed and strong hands turning him gently onto his back. A warm washcloth wipes at his stomach and around his cock, down his thighs, and ever so gingerly between his legs. Even this small, rough sensation is enough to make him shudder again and curl up into himself. He can hear Makoto's soft laughter, but doesn't even bother opening his eyes, even when Makoto crawls back into bed and pulls him into his arms. That's kind of...
Oh, that's kind of cute.
This
cute, third chapter, by the way, is like twice as long as the other two chapters. Actually, there's a fourth chapter.
Oh, there's 4, yeah.
Okay, well...
4 parts.
We are actually going to have to call this chapter done because chapter 3 is going to be an episode in itself. Easily.
This is going to be a 4-week installment.
This is going to be a 1-month installment of this. Well, that was chapter 2 of Not So Innocent by Ezidine. Thoughts?
It got a bit more into it.
I'm starting to feel a little numb. Here's what you get to look forward to in chapter 3, day 2 of Sousuke's weekend with Makoto. So I bet you they do more.
Yeah.
I bet you it doesn't
so much
end.
More.
I bet you the nonsense just never ends. So there you go. That was chapter 2. Join us next week for chapter 3 of Not So Innocent by Ezidine. Feel free to leave a suggestion down below where we will read
where
your
I
suggestion.
will probably end up reading through them.
Yeah, you'll pick the one most likely, and I'll end up being the one who's just like, what the fuck? Yeah. All right, and thanks for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't. We have awesome new content coming out weekly, pretty much, and we will see you next time. What was our slogan? Stay cool, read more smut. That was it, yes. Stay cool, read more smut.
Read more smut.
Bye.
Bye.